Headed goals are among the most challenging in football.
And the header, oh, it's perfect!
Whether with power or elegance, players must use their heads.
That's a brilliant cross and a fabulous header.
How to score the perfect headed goal. Bayern München set the benchmark in terms of headed goals in the 2021 season. The record champions scored a league-high 17 headers, with Robert Lewandowski grabbing 5. What's important with headers is being one step quicker and having aerial supremacy. Lewandowski converted the most difficult of headers from almost 11 metres out.
Lewandowski attacks, Lewandowski scores!
But another team also sprang a surprise in terms of headed goals. Union Berlin were top of the league in terms of efficiency, with every 6th header ending up in the net. Their quality in the air was outstanding. The attacking zones show Union's attacks came mainly down the wings, 42% in this case down the left. And if you attack this much from the wings, you have to occupy the box. That's what they did so well. A perfect combination of wingers and superior numbers in the centre. In the game at Eintracht Frankfurt, 84% of all Union attacks came via the wings. A clear pattern is evident. Berlin in white have a man over in the box. Once again, the ball ends up in the net.
Cruiser.
But which players scored the most often with their heads? 2 in particular stand out. Frankfurt's André Silva and Stuttgart's 2-metre man, Sasa Kalajdzic. What's remarkable is the league's 2 best headers were supported by the players who delivered the most crosses. Frankfurt's Kostic was number 1 with 213 crosses from open play. Eintracht averaged almost 40% of attacks from the left. That's Kostic's side. Silva is waiting in the middle, one of the most successful headers in the league.
Kostic, André Silva! That is superb!
It's remarkable that all 8 of Silva's headed goals came via the left. The Portuguese star's heading ability has a special quality. We only see how good it is on taking a second look. There are 2 different main ways to score with headers. Option 1, head the ball into the far corner in the direction from which the cross came. Option 2, Silva style, aim for the near corner. That's how Silva netted 6 of his 8 headed goals. A closer look reveals that Silva is active in the air, moving his upper body forward with force, giving the ball so much energy. Silva's headed goals always follow the same pattern. Here's Kostic again and again from the left. Silva, in typical style, heads into the near corner.
Philip Kostic for André Silva, brilliant! That is brilliant!
5 of Silva's 8 headed goals were set up by Philip Kostic. Stuttgart's Sasa Kalajdzic also has a favourite crosser in the shape of Borna Sosa. The Croatian delivered 128 crosses from open play, second only to Kostic. Most of Stuttgart's attacks came via the left. The goal probability here against Mainz was just 18%. But Kalajdžić scored just 1 of his headed goals like Silva by flicking the ball into the near corner. Generally, the Austrian heads the ball back in the direction the cross came from, using kinetic energy to almost let the ball bounce off his head and over the line. It's how he scored 7 times last season. Here against Schalke, it works even more impressively. He's initially 7 metres from goal, but moves another 2 metres away. While moving backwards, the 2-metre tall forward leaps to a height of 2 metres 30, and once again, just lets the ball bounce in the direction from which it came. The upper body completely still, the head in the same movement. But Kalajdžić can also do things differently. He's terrific at the flying header, but remains true to his style of using kinetic energy to head the ball into the far corner. Thanks to Borna Sosa's red-hot crosses, Kalajdžić scored 7 of his 8 headed goals via the left side, with just 1 coming from the right. Here he tries an extremely difficult header from more than 11 metres out, while under severe pressure, but his height gives him a decisive advantage. In a situation like this, only 3 out of 100 players score. Again, he heads the ball back towards where it came from and goes on to celebrate.
Borna Sosa, one of those deadly crosses. Oh yes it was! Right onto the head of the tallest man on the pitch, Sasa Kalajdzic.
Compared to André Silva, who moves energetically in the air, you see the opposite with Kalajdžić. He only jumps up and at most moves his head slightly in the direction of the ball. Otherwise, his upper body is still, and he simply lets the ball bounce towards goal. Sasa Kalajdzic and André Silva, two exceptional strikers with completely different techniques, but outstanding in the air. That's why they're the aerial powerhouses of the Bundesliga. What do you think? Which header did you find the most spectacular? Let us know in the comments.